Hi everyone, I'm not dead yet. Yes, you read the title right. No, it's not clickbait. And yeah, I may be quitting YouTube. I may have to stop. Now, nothing is definitive, nothing is confirmed yet, and that's kind of the issue. So, to give you all a little bit of background here, and then this video is basically just going to be a completely unedited rant video where I kind of just talk about some of the things that have been frustrating me, vent a little bit, get some stuff off my chest, and explain to you guys the situation I find myself in and how that may affect me and the channel going forward. So, a situation I kind of find myself in, for those of you that have been paying attention, especially for those of you who follow me on Instagram, will notice that I've kind of started to push a little bit more the fact that I need money because I frankly do. I've been living off my savings for the past half a year or so, something like that, like January, February, March. What are we, April? And then, yeah, so about 5 months, half a year, maybe even a little bit more. And I have a decent amount of savings. I don't want anyone to think that I'm gonna go broke and die homeless tomorrow, but it's an eventuality, and my savings have slowly been dwindling, and it's finally gotten to the point where I do not feel comfortable with it being. I like to have a little bit of a support behind me in case something devastating happens. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, know the crazy shit that happens in my life on the daily. I get bit by some random person's dog, or I get a random parking ticket that's garbage in the mail. I need to go to court to fight it, or else I'm paying a fine, or some idiot rear ends me and then hit and run and takes off. I have to pay the $200 deductible. Point being is a lot of shit happens. There's an expense that seems to add up every week, and it's getting to the point now where if something really serious happens, if someone gets, like, knock on wood, something serious happens, and like something devastating happens, and I need to pay for something, it could financially cripple me. Like, again, I'm not in the red yet, but it's to the point now where I need to finally start making some steady income, and I've been doing my best to kind of do that with the kind of coaching I've been giving to Josh, as well as some other things that I've been doing online to monetize YouTube. But the simple fact of the matter is that producing content isn't very monetizable, and at least for me right now, with the size of the channel I have, and which means I have to look for a job. And I have been, again, for those of you that follow me on Instagram and kind of been paying attention, I've been kind of dropping it in videos, but I'm looking for a job, and I have been for a while. And recently, they're one of the only jobs. I've been handing out resumes like they're freaking candy. I've been handing them out left, right, and center, like candy on Halloween. But the one that's got back to me is a pretty far drive, first of all, and they've got some really wonky hours, and it's a great job. It's like this boxer-sized place. 9 rounds. For anybody who knows what 9 rounds is, it's that. And I mean, of course, like, I'd love that. And I aced the interview, too. He, like, put me on the floor, and he was like, oh, you want to try doing hand pads with that guy? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I want to do hand pads with that guy, because I'm a fucking god. Like, my father literally changed my diaper in the boxing ring. Like, you don't think I'm good at this? But the issue is that, considering how far it is, roughly an hour drive one way, like, plus the fact that I train 4 hours a day, and there's so much other stuff going on, like, I've been really stressed out, simply trying to think of if I do get this job, and I have to take it at this point. Like, I've tried to apply for other jobs that would more benefit my situation, but it's just that this is really the one that's gotten back to me, and at this point I need the income, even if it's only just a temp job, just until I get something better. I need to take it, and if that happens, I don't know how long this temp job is going to last. I don't know how long until another opportunity arrives. And I've been really stressed out, really freaking stressed out about how this is going to simply affect my training. Like, for example, the interview that I just talked about, I had to be there by 9:30 in the morning. In order to prep for that, I had to meal prep all my meals the night before, wake up at 6:30 to run, and then I got back from my run around 7:30, showered, went to the washroom, ate, and just got myself cleaned up, left by 8:30, and it's just like, if I have to do that more consistently, it's one of those things where it's like, how am I going to fit my training into that? and make that schedule work for me. And I've been really trying to rack my brain on how to figure out the best way to continue my training with that job schedule. And I've kind of come up with some ideas. One of them, I even need to update my heavy bag. Like I for those of you that don't know, I almost punched my heavy bag in half like a few months ago, and I've been trying to find a replacement, but I've been going on Kijiji looking, but I haven't found any good ones. And even then, like do I want to buy the new heavy bag, or do I want to spend that money on food? Because that's the thing, like I need to eat, you know, and as much as I love doing content, I'm fighting tooth. Like don't get the wrong idea. Don't think that like I just gave up at the first sign of trouble, or even worse, don't think that it's all about the money for me. Like if this was all about the money, I would have stopped posting content a long time ago. A long time ago. I mentioned it in some other video. I don't even know which one. If I remember, I'll bloop it up. But like, my life would be a lot less stressful if I either stopped boxing, stopped doing YouTube, or both. But I keep doing both because I really, really, really enjoy both. However, I've also said that you gotta prioritize things sometimes, and sometimes sacrifices must be made. And since the start of my channel, I've said that boxing is my top priority. My training is number one, and if it came to it, if I had to either give up YouTube or stop boxing, YouTube would go. And yes, that's a lot easier to say when you have, you know, less than 100 subscribers compared to over 2,000 now, but it still rings true, you know? And I've been racking my brain for the past while trying to figure out, okay, well, given the schedule and my trouble with training, when can I find the time to film, and when can I find the time to edit and upload? And it's like, it's frustrating because it's like, I've come so damn far, you know? I've got, I've made it further on YouTube than I ever dreamed I would be. And it's not even just the numbers, like, the friends I've made. Like, I'm friends with Greg Doucette. Like, I talk to Greg regularly. I became best friends with Josh. Like, and it's like the opportunities that being on YouTube created for me, like, they mean so much. I don't want to stop, but I gotta prioritize. Like, I need to eat. Like, the sad fact of the matter is that those opportunities, as of yet, don't put food on the table. You know, it's not enough. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, how dare you say that? Like, look at your Patreon. So you're saying that the people that donate to you, it's not enough? You're greedy. And it's like, it's not that. Like, for those of you, any of you who've given me even a penny, I appreciate it. I really do. It means the world that you would be willing to shell out money because I put out content. You know, you want to pay me to continue to talk to a camera. Like, it means the world. It truly does. But I gotta face reality, and it's just not enough to support me. Like, let me give you an example. When Josh and I did a bench press challenge to see who could do more, and this is a video I still haven't posted. I will post it eventually. Keep an eye out for that, because it's footage that I can post. So just keep an eye out for that. But there was a moment where I was trying to bench press, and I didn't get it. And Josh helped me up, and I just went. And then this was according to Josh, because I kind of remember it, but I really don't. I remember it because Josh reminded me of it, because he asked me. He was like, after that set, you sat up, you kind of like looked off into the distance, and you were like, I'm not strong enough. And he's like, why did you say that? Like, did you say that to like inspire you to get stronger, or to, you know, I'll get it next time or something? And to be honest, I didn't even remember I said it. And the only reason why I remember was because he reminded me. But like, the reason why I said it, and I say stuff like that, is because it's just the simple truth of the matter. I wasn't strong enough. I'm not strong enough to lift that weight. That doesn't mean I'm weak. It's just for that weight, I'm not strong enough. And it's like, I appreciate your support immensely. It means the world to me. It really does. But it's not enough to support me. It's not enough for me to not try and get a job. And I'm just trying to work basic part-time. I'm not looking to get rich. I'm not looking to, you know, build my career or whatever. because there's still a lot of stuff that I need to do. I'm going back to school in September. But, and even with school, I'm like next semester, I'm going to have to deal with internships, which is another thing that's going to be put on my plate. So it's going to be like training, school, internships, a job, and YouTube, and a million other things. And it's like, it's fine. That's fine. Like, I'll shoulder the burden because I'm used to it. You know? Like, I can, like, this stuff, like, this won't break me. You know, a lot of people bend and break under the pressure. Pressure causes a lot of people to crack and shatter, but I truly believe that those who can withstand the pressure will emerge as diamonds. You know, beautiful, priceless, and unbreakable. But the issue is that sometimes the reality of the situation is that sacrifices need to be made. And if you remember back to my collab podcast interview with Brendan Gage, I said one of the things is that you need to know what's important to you and what you want to do. So when you have to make those hard sacrifices down the line, knowing what your priorities are and what's important to you will help you make them. And my priorities are school, boxing, work, and YouTube. Probably in that order. School and boxing are like this, you know, very close. And again, like, I'd be willing to do whatever to continue training. Boxing's my life. I've said it. Boxing's the reason why I get up in the morning, not YouTube. So as much as I love YouTube, it may suffer. So I hope you like this video format, because if I'm going to continue uploading and you've probably seen it lately, where my editing, not that it was amazing to begin with, but has taken a dip in quality. The edits are less animated and a little bit lazier because I just don't have time to do it. Like, between everything else going on in my life and the training, which is number one, to give you an idea of how long it usually takes to edit a video, even just a simple video takes 5 hours, and I just don't have that kind of time to dedicate to videos, to the editing, you know. And I'm lucky because I have a certain skill set where I can just turn on the camera and talk, and basically however long the video is how long it took me to film it. So that's good. That's a positive. Because some people, it takes hours because they do a million takes and whatnot. I don't do that. But even with that advantage and that skill, like, I don't have 5 hours to edit. And even beyond that, like, even beyond the editing process, like, it takes me usually an hour at least to make a thumbnail. And that's another thing. Even if I continue to upload, like, thumbnails are so important, and I don't even know if I can dedicate the hour or 2 hours, however long it'll take to make a thumbnail for whatever video, because, like, it varies so wildly depending on if I have an idea for the thumbnail or not. If I'm going in blind, it could take fucking 3 hours to make a thumbnail. Other times it takes me 20 minutes. Like, it just... This video is me updating you, but it's also me coming to terms with what may be. And part of it is that, you know, the editing will probably take a bit of a backseat. And be prepared for more videos like this, but also be prepared for potentially uploads to slow down and maybe even stop entirely for a little bit. And then, like, I don't want to say that. I don't want people to get their expectations to that. But the reality is there's a lot of uncertainty going on in my life right now. And there's a lot of... And with that uncertainty just means I can't plan for anything. I don't know how my life will be assuming I take this job. I just don't know, and there's no way to know until it happens. And so I'm working off of hypotheticals and things that I kind of know based off of, you know, how much I train, depends on the kind of shift hours I get and what the hours are that I at this place gives me. But it's just something that doesn't look entirely good. And again, there's a chance that things could be way better than I think. Maybe I'm, you know, tunnel visioned. I got the blinders on and I'm too focused on a certain thing to see it. And honestly, I hope that's the case. And to be honest, I don't want this to be all doom and gloom, because I have applied to a couple other places, and actually I just recently applied to another 9-round that is way closer to me and has way better hours in terms of kind of fitting that into my scheduling. So hopefully they get back to me. Hopefully that I can go in for an interview there and wow them again, because I know I will. Like this is my element. You know, teaching a boxing class or a kickboxing class or a boxercise class, fighting class, whatever you want to call it. Doing that stuff is what I do best. It's my element. I take to that shit like a fish to water. So hopefully, but again, that's kind of the word of the day, is hopefully. And I've been hoping for a long time. I'm really pushing for a job at my university gym, because my university gym allows people to do things like work on their essays or read books or something while on the job, while working front desk. So, and it's at my university, and it's a gym, so it's like, in terms of location, even from my house, my university is 20 minutes away from me. Once I go back to school, I'll be right in the location 5 days a week, 4 days a week, depending on what my school schedule is. And then again, since it's at a gym, I can train either before or after my workout, and my university gym has a heavy bag, so it's perfect. And then even during my shift, because they, you know, allow you to do schoolwork or whatever if the place isn't busy and work gets done, it'd be perfect for me, because then not only can I do things like edit videos while I'm working, but also do things like read things that I need to read for assignments when I'm in school, or write an essay or something. Like, that is my ideal job, and that is what I'm really pushing for. But again, it's like, it's all based on hopefully. And I just gotta hope for, plan for the worst, hope for the best, isn't that what they say? And so this is just to vent the stress and the frustrations of it all. And then again, like, this isn't me begging people to, donate to me. It's like, do what you want. If you want to donate, great. Like, I greatly appreciate you, and you will receive a shout out on my Instagram. Anyone that donates will receive a shout out on my Instagram. By the way, I also shouted somebody out on my Instagram, and I started by talking about how tired I was that day. And it was brought to my attention that the second part, where I actually thank him for the donation, didn't post. So it's just me complaining about me being tired with the donation on the screen. So, to that guy, you know who you are. Sorry, thank you. But like, at the end of the day, I still need to find a steady source of income, and that has been very difficult lately. So we'll see how things go. It's just one of those things where it's like, be prepared for the worst, and I hope at the very least that unedited videos is okay with you guys. And I mean, if it's not, I'm sorry, there's not much I can do about it. It's just kind of, I gotta eat. That's it's the bottom line, So, yeah. That's the situation with me. I'm currently not in the best situation financially. I am currently looking for a job, and the way things are going and the job opportunities that I have available to me may have a negative effect on my upload schedule or my ability to produce content. So, that's what it is. Hopefully things work out, but I don't know. I do not know. So, I think that's everything I have to say for this video. I think I've ranted long enough, but yeah. Before I sign out, mentioning the Patreon supporters, because again, I hope this video didn't, invalidate the money that you guys have given to me, because it really does mean the world to me that you are willing to give anything to support me. It really does mean a lot. And I'm considering maybe making a $1 tier for anybody that just wants to be, support me for $1. It'd be $1 Canadian too, so it's I think us in Canada is a lot more feminine than you Americans, so we we make like 75 cents to your dollar, something like that. So yeah, I might do a $1 Canadian tier. And just as a heads up, if I do end up if I don't upload for 2 weeks, I will probably shut down the Patreon. I don't want people paying me for content that I can't produce. That wouldn't be fair, you know. I wouldn't want that to happen. But again, all of you, you have also made a difference, by the way. You know, every little bit helps, and the money that you guys have given me has helped me stay afloat, even if it's just helping me buy another tank of gas or helping me buy some more groceries to, you know, eat for a day. You know, it really does mean a lot. Don't think that what you guys do is unappreciated. It is not in the slightest. Thank you very, very, very much. If anybody wants to support me, again, the ways to do so will be in my comments. You can buy anything from Greg Doucette through my links. I get 10% commission. And yeah, any ways to donate or support are in the description. If anybody wants to sponsor me, business email in the description. But until the next one, because there will be a next one, there's more content to come for now. Don't worry. But until the next one, this channel is not dead yet. And if you aren't either, as uncertain as it may be, there is always a tomorrow waiting for you.